and welcome to NSO at Home Live, a concert series created by the musicians of the National Symphony Orchestra. My name is Marissa Regni. I'm the Principal Second Violin of the National Symphony. I'll be your host tonight and every Sunday night as we bring live music into your homes and hopefully into your hearts. Tonight we have for you a cello spectacular. We are featuring NSO cellist Rachel Young. This is, I think, her third time on the show. She's so terrific. And she is joined by cellists Char Prescott, Lourdes de la Peña, and Eleanor Aronin. Also, we are going to have some terrific youth fellowship students on as well, as we have been featuring these terrific students and alumna throughout the summer and the early fall, and tonight is no exception. Tonight, we have youth fellowship students and alum Rachel Young, Char Prescott, Lourdes de la Peña, and Eleanor Aronin. Are you confused? We'll clear it all up in just a little bit. But we're going to start the evening off heading over to Rachel's home. These four wonderful ladies are going to be playing this evening for you some solos, some duos, and some quartets. And we're going to start off with a cello quartet. Also, most of the music you're going to be hearing tonight were written by cellists. So we're going to start off with a German cellist from the 1800s, Wilhelm Witzenhagen. He was a very prominent and important teacher, and in Moscow. He ended up moving from Germany to Russia, and he taught in the conservatory in Moscow. He also was very involved in the German Lutheran Church while he was in Russia, and used to write for the church services. And this next piece is something that he wrote for one of those services. This is a really beautiful piece, Ave Maria. So let's head over to Rachel, Char, Lourdes, and Eleanor for some Ave Maria. Oh, so beautiful. Thank you so much, ladies. We will be back with them in just a minute. I want to talk a little bit now about our Youth Fellowship Program. It is in its 41st season this year, which is so exciting. This is a terrific program that the National Symphony Orchestra has for high school students, and it's very competitive. This is where these young students come and they study with members of the National Symphony Orchestra. The students play chamber music with each other and are coached on that music by members of the National Symphony Orchestra. They also observe our orchestra rehearsals from time to time, and occasionally they sit amongst the orchestra and they play next to us, which is always great fun. We have been featuring these students since summertime, and they're so amazing, and we've loved getting to know them. And most recently, we have also been featuring some of the alumni from this program because they're going on to do some really terrific things. So let's head back now to Rachel's house, and we're going to talk to Rachel and Eleanor. Hello.
Hey, Marissa.
So, okay, you all are masked, so everybody raise your hand when I say your name just so our viewers know who they're looking at. So we got Rachel, we've got Eleanor, we've got Lourdes, and we've got Char. Yay! Thank you all for being here this evening. So we are going to start with you, Rachel. First of all, thank you for coming back on. I think this is your third time on the show.
It is.
You're a regular. I love it. And you're also such a dedicated teacher. I know you have worked so hard and so magnificently in the Youth Fellowship Program, and I thank you for that. And your students thank you for that. But your connection goes even beyond the teaching. So tell everybody what your connection to the Youth Fellowship Program is.
My original connection to the Youth Fellowship Program is that I was a Youth Fellow, and I studied with our now Principal Cellist, Hardy, when I was in high school. It was a fantastic program.
It is. Look at you all. It's, look at the products. So this is so great. So you went from a student, and then you obviously have this great career, and now you're teaching. So it's amazing. And so next to you is Eleanor. And Eleanor, you are now in the program. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And who's your teacher?
Rachel Young.
Rachel. So, and how many years? This is your first year in the program?
Yeah, it's my first year.
First year. And I know your sister just graduated. She played the viola. She was on our show this summer. So, and shout out to where you go to high school right now, just so that your school gets a little.
Walt Whitman High School in Bethesda, Maryland.
Excellent. Online, but whatever. Okay. Well, it's so nice that you guys could be here. And I know that the two of you are going to play a duet together, which is fantastic. So this is by another cellist, French cellist, right? Tell everyone who it's by. Barrière. Jean-Baptiste Barrière. Okay, well, while you switch your mic over to do that, I'm going to tell everybody that you can follow us on all of our social media platforms if you so wish. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we are on Instagram. On Facebook, we are NSO Musicians. On YouTube, we are NSO Musicians. On Instagram, we are NSO_musicians. So please check us out if you would. We are always posting new content. And if you can subscribe to us, like us, follow us, that would be great. So let's head back now to Rachel and Eleanor. Bravo! That was fun. Thank you so much. Okay, I want to let you all know, as I said, this is our 41st season of the Youth Fellowship Program. If you are yourself are interested, or you know anyone you think might be interested, please check us out. You go to kennedy-center.org/NSO. From there, you click on education, and from there, you click on career development. And you can find out all about the program and any information you might need. 41 years, and boy, we've had some terrific students, and obviously they have gone on to do some amazing things. So please check that out. We are heading over now for something I am particularly excited about. Each of these wonderful ladies is going to take on one movement of the Bach First Suite for solo cello. So, it's quite unusual that you hear 4 different people playing movements from the same piece. So I'm super excited about this and cannot wait. So let's head back now to Rachel, Eleanor, Lourdes, and Char for some Bach. Bravo! I loved that. I wish that they could do it all the time that way. Very cool to hear you all play that. So fantastic. Thank you. We will be back with them in just a minute. I want to remind all of you, if you are so inclined, you can donate to the National Symphony Orchestra. To do so, you simply go to kennedy-center.org/support NSO. There's a little button you can click on. And any donations you make, of course, are 100% tax deductible. So this is our 31st show, actually, that we've been doing since the pandemic started. And so if you've been enjoying these shows, perhaps you'll consider a donation to the orchestra. It would mean the world to us. So thank you for that. We're going to head back now to Rachel's place. And now we're going to talk to Lourdes and Char.
Hello.
Hey, you guys, that was so
Thank
fantastic.
you.
I love that. I have to ask, have you ever done it that way before? I mean,
I don't think
I
I have.
haven't.
It's fun to do it that way, though.
yeah, it's just amazing. Yeah, like I loved hearing the different sounds and interpretations, but you were very similar to each other. It was great. So fantastic. So, okay, we're gonna start with Lourdes, who's in the corner back there. Wave your, yeah, there you are. Okay. Okay, so Lourdes, you are an alumna of the program, right? Yes. When did you graduate high school?
I graduated 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So now what are you up to since you left high school?
So I went to Oberlin Conservatory for a year. I studied with Derek Atkins. And then when COVID hit, I decided to take a gap year and stay home. So this year I'm studying with David Hardy, the principal cellist of the National Symphony.
Ah, who was the teacher of
Rachel.
Young. So fantastic. Okay, now we'll go to Char. Char, you were an alumna of the Youth Fellowship Program.
Yes, there's a theme here.
Yeah, and who was your teacher when you were in that program?
Miss
Rachel
Young.
It just goes to prove, like, all roads lead to Rachel.
Yes, exactly.
She's the center of the cello universe. And we love her for that.
Yes.
So since you have graduated, what have you been up to?
Well, I went to Northwestern University in Chicago, and I got my undergrad degree there with Hans Jensen. And then I went and got my master's degree in New York City at the Manhattan School of Music, and I studied with Alan Stepansky. Then I lived and freelanced in New York for a few years, and then got really lucky, and I won a job with the President's Own Marine Chamber Orchestra, and we're the orchestra that supports all musical functions at the White House.
Fantastic. Well, there's a lot going on at the White House right now.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Well, I'm so thrilled to have you guys here. This has just been so incredible. So now I know you, Char, and Lourdes are going to play a duet together. So while you, again, switch your mic over to performance mode, I am just going to quickly say, I forgot to mention this at the top of the program, but happy Thanksgiving weekend to you all. And I hope you had a lovely weekend and a lovely Thanksgiving. I know very different from usual, but I hope that it was a nice day nonetheless. And I am very thankful for all of the incredible musicians that have stepped forward since May, since we started doing these shows, and have been here week in and week out to play their beautiful music and just showcase their wonderful artistry and their wonderful personalities. It's just been such a treat. So not only the musicians of the National Symphony, but the Youth Fellows, the Youth Fellow alumni, the different guests that some of the National Symphony Orchestra members have brought on the show with them and their family members. It's just been such an incredible ride. So I am very thankful to my colleagues and musician friends for being here for us during this time. So let's head back now to Char and Lourdes. They're going to play a duet by the Italian composer and cellist Luigi Boccherini. So let's head back to them right now. breathtaking performance. Thank you, Char and Lourdes. That was amazing. Okay, next week we will be back next Sunday, 7 p.m. This week we had the Cello Spectacular. Next week we have the Trombone Palooza. We have a trombone quartet. So we have from the National Symphony Orchestra, Craig Mulcahy, Matthew Guilford, and Kevin Carlson. And joining them from the Kennedy Center Opera House Orchestra, we have Douglas Rosenthal. So please join us for that. Also, we have another Youth Fellowship student joining us, an alumna. We'll find out what she's been up to. This is cellist Ella Tomka is going to be joining us. Tomko. God, I always mess up her name. I'm sorry, Ella. But she will be here next week. She's so terrific. So join us for that. Trombones and cellos. Next week, 7 p.m. Okay, we're going to head back for one more piece. This is a cello quartet. So, of course, we'll get all four of them in action once again. Rachel, Eleanor, Lourdes, and Char. They are ending up the evening with another piece by a German cellist and composer. This is Julius Klengel, and this is his theme and variations for cello quartet. So let's head back to these fantastic women at Rachel's house. magnificent. Thank you so much. What a great evening this has been. I mean, I love the cello anyway, but to hear four of them together and to hear four of them played so beautifully together and just the success of all of you, and it's just really magical. So thank you so much. That is it for us tonight. So I want to thank you all for joining us. I want to remind you that if you'd like to donate, you can do so by going to kennedy-center.org/support NSO. And any money that you give, of course, is 100% tax deductible. Also, a quick shout out if you are interested in our Youth Fellowship Program, which is so terrific. And obviously, amazing people are in it and amazing things happen afterwards. They're all so incredible. You can go to kennedy-center.org/NSO, click on education, click on career development. You can find out more about our fantastic program. Also, please join us next week, 7 p.m. We'll be back with a bunch of trombones. We'll have Craig Mulcahy, Matthew Guilford, Kevin Carlson, and Douglas Rosenthal joining us for some trombone choir music. And we'll have an NSO Youth Fellowship alumna joining us. Ella Tomko will be joining us, cellist. Please join us next week, 7 p.m. Lastly, I want to thank our fantastic production team, Bob Reardon, Jamie Roberts, and Dave Murray for all that they do. I want to thank Thomas Baker for his beautiful artwork that you see at the top of the show every week. I want to thank Sophie Edwards for setting up everything on my end, the cables, the lights, the wires, you name it. Thank you for that, Sophie. And of course, thank you to all of you. We're so grateful for you joining us and supporting our efforts during this pandemic. Thank you so much. We hope to see you next week. In the meantime, please stay safe and stay healthy.